What you are witnessing is Utilitymonk gain the world record time for Darkmaul Citadel of 1 minute and 6 seconds. Now you may be wondering, how in the world did I get a max level character that can only queue for outdoor content like Warcraft and dungeons that only players in the starter experience can access? In this video, I'll be showing you how to break into Darkmaul Citadel while being able to access outdoor content, choose the right class, and much more. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Welcome to Darkmaul Citadel, which is the place for starting players to start dungeoning. In addition, it is the only place I know that you can get to the top of Exile's Reach. More on that later. So, what is that story behind how I was able to break in? Well, it began with a friend of mine whose name is All Things Nerd, and one of the tricks he did to break out of bounds in dungeons, scenarios, and many other places was using pillows. One in particular was a pillow from Dragonflight called the Small Triangular Pillow. What he essentially did was that you'd come up to the door of the Citadel, put the pillow in this position right here, and you'd be able to successfully clip in. I pulled this off first try by accident, and has actually shocked when I broke in successfully. So this is how you can get a max level character into Darkmaul Citadel, use toys in the dungeon, and even break into a liminal space at the end of the dungeon. However, if you want any chance of doing this yourself, here's what you'll have to do. First, break out the starter experience so you can access the triangular pillow and so much more. In the description below, I have an escape room you have to solve in order to learn how to break out the starter experience on Exile's Reach. Some Blizz does not patch the trick as soon. Secondly, you have to level to 10 in order to access the pillow. That's considerably easy since breaking out requires you to have the final quest on Exile's Reach and you have to be level 10. So, that's how you break in. Here's the problem. It will take forever to speedrun through dungeon at level 10. If you want any chance of beating my world record of 1 minute and 6 seconds for Darkmaul Citadel, I would recommend leveling to 30 at minimum. This way, you can one-shot anything in your path, allowing you to cut through the dungeon if you're a melee class and improve your time significantly. It's even better if you're level 70 to 80, considering that you can get a lot of enchants on your gear to increase your speed. In addition, you can get a potion called the Charge Fire of Alacrity, which can increase your speed by a pretty good amount. Getting a couple other speed potions like the Swiftness Potion or the Lightfoot Potion can save a couple of good seconds for speedrunning in dungeon as well. If you want to go all out with speed on dungeon, I have a guide by Mordia down in the description below on obtaining maximum speed. Personally, I had some great speedrun times with the Windwalker Monk, as they have a lot of speed buffs in the top part of the talent tree. As a player that means as Fire Mage and knows how fast they can move during combat, I rolled out a fresh undead Fire Mage called Utility Mage, but my best time was 1:18. To be honest, I would recommend messing around with the classes on your own and seeing which one yields the best results. Try out Rogue, maybe even try out Warrior. Maybe the melee classes will have more using spellcasting classes. As you know, from the beginning of the video, I got the world record for Darkmaul Citadel of 1 minute, 6 seconds, and 38 milliseconds. Take a look at my speedrun for a minute.
Let's move! I'll keep the ogres focused on me while you strike them down!
Target.
We've slain almost all of them! Keep fighting! All this necrotic energy. The ritual...
Never see...
We need a target.
I'll draw his attention! Shoot ya! As you command! Loktar!
I am out of break.
Final sacrifice!
moved your target.
Foolish Olga! You have given me nowhere near enough power!
Here's a couple tips to keep in mind when you're doing the speedrun. The first one is skip as many of the ads as possible. They will take up all your time, but if you kill one or two to get a speed bonus for some items, that's okay as long as you are on the move. The second tip is cut around the corners. Taking any sort of long way around will add a second or two to your speedrun. My final tip is to spread out your speed cooldowns. If you notice, the first ability that I used at the beginning was Flying Serpent Kick. And then I used Tiger's Lust because after I killed the ogres, I could get 3 seconds or so of 70% speed. Then I used Chi Torpedo once, but then used the next one again before the first 30% times out. This is how you can stack up to 60% speed. If you keep watching the speedrun, you can understand how big of an impact speed plays in the speedrun for Darkmaul Citadel and how I skated through it in almost 1 minute flat. The final thing I want to talk about today is that earlier in my video, I talked about how it's possible to get to the top of Exile's Reach. My next video will be on that, and I'll show you how you can see the whole island from a new perspective. So when I did the Out of Bounds a couple months ago, it was a lot of fun to do, so stay tuned for that. That's all you need to do in order to speedrun through Darkmaul Citadel. I will speedrun through the dungeon with the Utilitymonk a lot more times and put them on my channel when I break this record again. If you broke the record, feel free to DM me on Discord your time and video. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, this is Utilitymonk signing out.